Hello, it is your girl Davita Chanel coming to you on this amazing Sunday. It just so happens to be the first Sunday of daylight savings time. And I'm not sure if you can see my clock, but it's an hour off. And usually my clocks are an hour off for a few days while I get adjusted. This year though, unlike years past, I am in such a better place at this point of the year. The reason why is because instead of approaching my New Year's goals or resolutions by looking at this whole 365 days ahead of me, I decided to break things down into easy chunks of 21 days. There's an old adage that says if you do anything for 21 consecutive days, it becomes a habit. And my goal for this year is to become a different type of person. So I want to have different habits and behaviors, not just a different attitude like I've had in the past. So the first thing I decided to do is to try to get in shape, to try to figure out a way to be more healthy. And I do know that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, but I also know that I'm always running out of the house because I'm usually late. Again, that time thing, I'm not always good at it. But all these bloggers I love, like Hey Friend, Hey Friend, they're always talking about the benefits of green smoothies. So I did my research and I found this website. So I think it's called Simple Green Smoothies. They have tons of great recipes. And I decided that during the month of February, I would embark on the goal of doing 21 days, starting my day with a green smoothie. As long as you implement a green smoothie in your diet, it's supposed to give you all these health benefits. So I want healthy benefits. I decided to check it out. And let me tell you, 21 days of starting my days with green smoothies has become a habit. I cannot do without it. In fact, the first 21 days of February, I was at home, my normal routine. But on the 23rd of this last month, my family went on a cruise for 7 days. So for 7 days, I couldn't get my smoothie, and let me tell you, I felt like a crackhead. I wanted a smoothie more than any of my other vices while I was on that cruise. So today, I decided to share with you one of my smoothie recipes, and hopefully, maybe you'll decide to embark on some 21-day journeys of your own. So the basis of any green smoothie is, of course, green stuff. Spinach for me is my favorite. Because spinach kind of blends well with everything else. Spinach is a friendly green. I really like spinach. But sometimes I need a little bit more oomph. And I go with kale. That's right. And just for the record, I am live from New Orleans, Louisiana, holding kale in my hand. Take that, crazy lady who told the New York Times there's no kale in New Orleans. What the hell is this? Anyway, I have some kale today. I also have my favorite green. It's more of something before the smoothie challenge that I would use as a seasoning, but I have some cilantro. I love the smell. So anyway, the first thing you do is you put your greens into the blender. So I got my spinach. I take about a handful, but like I said, today is Sunday, so it's grocery day. So this spinach is pretty much done. So I'm going to go ahead and dump all that in there. Alright, then I take my cilantro, I break off a handful, I throw it in the blender as well. And what I read and what I found over the 21 days is that this creates your base. So the first thing you want to do is add all your greens and whatever liquid you decide. I don't do dairy. I don't do dairy very well. I never did, even before I knew about people being lactose intolerant. So for my liquid, I usually use almond milk. I usually use unsweetened, but the last time I went to the store, the vanilla was the only thing left, and I really, really like vanilla. So I got it. I used a cup of milk. My handy dandy measuring cup. A cup of milk. Throw it in the blender. Now, for me, I also, like I said, this was a research project for me. So I read a whole lot of blogs. I saw what other people had to say. And a lot of people said that, especially during the season when the weather is changing, a couple drops of echinacea will help benefit your make your smoothie more beneficial and healthy. So I've got some echinacea from Whole Foods, which we also have in New Orleans, Miss New York Times lady. And I dropped a couple drops into there. And I always put this in my base because it is liquid. And And then for extra boom, I use a little bit of aloe vera juice. Aloe vera juice is good for digestion. It's good for your skin, I think. I learned this back in LA from one of my very good coworker friends, Julia. And Julia would drink a cupful or a capful of aloe vera juice in her orange juice every morning. And she said it just helped her out. And I started doing it, and guess what? Julia was right. So all these years later, I still use the aloe vera juice. And what better way to get it in than to throw a few dashes into my green smoothie. Alright, and this kind of varies. It depends on how I feel that day. Alright. Then we blend. Put the top on. I go with the high setting and I hit liquefy. Now, I don't have a fancy blender yet because this was a new thing for me. I didn't know if I'd stick with it. But my 14-speed Oster has been doing just fine. So now we have a liquid green base for our smoothie. I put my milk and stuff away so it doesn't go bad. But as you can tell, it's just green stuff. This is where you get to get creative. What I do is at the beginning of the week, I try to buy a bunch of fruits and vegetables. I buy frozen fruit that has no sugar, and I buy fresh fruit and fresh vegetables, and throughout the week I kind of just use whatever comes to mind. But again, I said it's Sunday, so it's grocery day, so I'm kind of at the end of all of my stuff, so I'm going to just throw in what I got. I have some strawberries. I have a couple strawberries, literally. I'll throw those in. Another tip I learned from the smoothie community is that at the beginning of the week when you buy your bananas, peel them, cut them in half, and freeze them. And then you have bananas for your whole week of smoothies. One thing I learned about bananas, a little bit goes a long way. So unless you want a very banana flavor-filled smoothie, I just use 1/4 of a banana. And it's frozen and it lasts quite a bit. Alright, I also, like I said, buy frozen fruit. I try to buy the organic ones because, you know, I'm trying to be all healthy. If I'm going to do a green smoothie, I might as well make it as healthy as possible. So today I'm going to throw some mango chunks in here. And I have some blueberries. Blueberries always turn your green smoothie not green. Just be aware of that. Because at first one of my colleagues was like, I see all your green smoothies, but none of them green. I was like, kiss my ass, but I didn't think that was very appropriate for my new, healthier lifestyle, so I just laughed it off. Another thing I found out from the smoothie community is that vegetables like cucumbers are great additions to a smoothie. Cucumbers have a very light and refreshing kind of flavor, and when they're blended in, it doesn't overpower anything, but it definitely adds a nice fresh mix to it. So I take a piece of cucumber, and it's no use in saving just this little bit, so I'll throw that in too. As you can tell, my Sunday smoothies usually are the most packed because it's grocery day, so I kind of get rid of everything, kind of whittle it down. Another thing, exactly just like how I said about the bananas, sometimes I buy fresh fruit like strawberries. Today strawberries are on sale, so I'm definitely going to have a bunch of them. I'll come home, peel them, and then freeze those as well. So I have fresh frozen fruit. And there is a difference between the taste of fresh fruit and frozen fruit, just so you know. Pineapple, frozen pineapple chunks go a long way, but fresh pineapple makes your smoothie taste like amazing. And for all you drinkers out there, if you use banana and pineapple together, it definitely tastes like a pina colada. Alright, the last thing I'll do is just for a little bit of sweetness, and because of the fact that I haven't used it all week, I'm going to add a half of an apple. An apple a day is supposed to keep the doctor away, so I want to go ahead and put that in as well. And yes, my kitchen is usually kind of a mess after all of this, but luckily it's a very quick cleanup. And again, it's Sunday, so I clean up on Sundays too. Now I add some additives. I am trying to get more fiber in my life. I'm trying this new 21-day thing, which I'll talk about at the end, but I need more fiber. So I use chia seeds and flax seeds to help with my fiber, or I use a great protein by Hemp Pro. Today I'm going to use the Hemp Pro 70, but there's also a hemp with fiber. So I try to implement some form of this so that I can have the fiber I need. Also, I always try to add some protein because it is pretty early in the morning. You're supposed to have protein first thing out of the bed, first meal, but my lifestyle sometimes doesn't allow for that. So like on days like today where I got up and went and did something before I got a chance to eat, this helps me out quite a bit. So I throw some of that. I don't use precise measurements with the seeds or the flaxseed, but I kind of just, you know, go with what I think. Throw that in. Put some of this in. And I dump in my protein powder. Now, because it is Sunday and it's a special sweet Sunday, I also throw in a little bit of honey. You have to be careful with honey though, because I found out that 1 tablespoon of honey is like 60 calories or something ridiculous like that. That's crazy. I was using honey like it was nothing because I knew it was healthier than sugar and like Splenda. So I would use so much honey until I found out it was 60 calories a pop. So I had to definitely lean off of that a bit. So I throw a dash of honey in, and then I get back to blending. And then, after I've done all the blending, which takes no time really, and I have the cheapy blender, so if I had a better blender, I'm sure it would be even quicker. I take that, I pour it up, and I drink up. And I love it and enjoy it. And I got a super healthy breakfast. I've gotten so many greens and the day hasn't even started. It always makes me feel like super good. And the cilantro and cucumber just give this freshness to it, so it just makes my day. I'm sure if you give smoothies a try for at least a week, you'll be hooked too. But I hope you take a 21-day journey. So what is all this 21-day journey stuff? Well, like I said, I am breaking down my list of goals into 21-day increments. And the next thing I have up is eliminating processed food. What you should know about me is I love to eat. But I also know the things that I put in my body kind of create the environment around me. For instance, if I'm eating bad, if I'm eating fast food, if I'm eating all those things, I get lazy, I get bigger, and I sit around and I'm not being creative at all. But I do find that when I eat better, when I consume green things, life is just a little bit brighter. And maybe it's all in my head, maybe it's not. I don't know. But the bloggers seem to think it's all connected. And I do too. So this next 21 days, one of my sorority line sisters, her name is Erin, is super fine. She is competing in bodybuilding competitions, and so she trains really hard, but she definitely believes in eating clean and, you know, taking care of yourself. So she has this group and I joined it, and basically for 21 days we support each other as we eliminate processed foods. Today is day 1. So I am very much looking forward to that, and next month I'll come back and share with you some tips about eliminating processed food, hopefully, because I will have survived 21 days of no processed foods. So again, my name is Davita Chanel, and you have looked at the first of my mini 21-day journeys, and I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think, and let me know if you try some smoothies. Have a great and amazing week, and I hope you enjoy your Sunday. I can never smile big after it because I got green stuff all in my teeth.